record this meeting and it will be available for you guys tomorrow, okay? Tonight or tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. So today we are actually going to talk about how to get you guys to 5K over the next 30 to 60 days. And the reason why this webinar is going to be so much different from a lot of other webinars that I've done in the past is mainly because I wanted to discuss some of the things that I wish I would have done when I first started my online and offline journey. And not only that, the things that I learned actually helped me to fast pace my results. So that's the thing is success loves speed, right? And the faster you can go, the more beneficial it is to actually start producing a full-time income from home. The one thing that I want to say is that everybody's results is not going to be the same, because based off of experience and your time, and not only that, how much effort you put into your program also matters. But what helped me is actually having a blueprint, knowing exactly what to do. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to discuss the things that I wish I would have done when I first started promoting opportunities. And it would have saved me over 1.5 years of back-to-back failures. I was failing face first for like over a year because I didn't have a blueprint and I didn't stick to one thing and allow it to work. We're going to talk about realistic expectations and basically what to expect when you get into this industry and the things that you have to do in order to be successful. So I am currently a 7-figure earner in this space. It didn't start out that way, but let me tell you, I was able to hit my first $50,000 within my second year in this business. The first year was a disaster. I'm not afraid. You know what? And I'm happy it was a disaster. The reason why, I learned so much from my mistakes. So now when I mentor other people, I'm able to explain to them and teach them about the things that I did that wasn't right. And now because of that experience, I'm able to tell people exactly what not to do, right? There's so many times where we want to take shortcuts or we think it's a better method. Sometimes we don't want to invest the money that we need to in order to make things work, not realizing that that can be hindering us from having the success that we're looking for because of those things. And guys, there was a lot of mistakes that I've made, but I've also learned from those mistakes, okay? So I'm going to share that with you, and we're going to go over this PowerPoint presentation. If you guys can really relate to any of the things that I'm saying during this webinar, during this presentation, please make sure to just take it with a grain of salt. Really think about it and think about what you can do different, because we are in a year where there's so many people that are looking for a work from home, or online opportunity, and we are in a $1 billion industry. And it doesn't take a lot to get to where you want to be when it comes to financially online. Most people want to make anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 a month within their online space. Some people 10K, but most people realistically are looking for the $3,000 to $5,000 range to leave their daytime job. I'm here to tell you today that that is extremely doable in this industry, because that is just a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of money that you can make within the online space. Okay, it's just a drop in the bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and share this presentation with you guys, and we're going to just talk about how to get there and what we can do as a team to build a successful online business, okay? Because that's the thing, anybody can have a business, but let's talk about what you need to do in order for your business, for you to be successful with your business. Okay, what do you have to do? What does that actually look like? So this is today's webinar, 5K per month. We're not going to chase people anymore. We don't have to worry about people not wanting to work with us, trying to grow a following, which can take a lot of time in order to gain momentum within our business. And what we want to discuss is some of the proven strategies that I have used over the last 6.5 years to create financial wealth. Okay. Not only that, information and skill sets that I've learned that I can hand down to my children and they can hand down to their children, and it can keep going, right? That's what we want to do. We want to create wealth, but not only that, create a skill set that we can hand down to others and teach people something so people don't have to work at a 9 to 5 job or 3 to 11 or overnight job and be miserable for most of their life. Okay, that's what the main goal is. That's what the objective is. Okay, so for those that don't know, I am a mom of 2, and I've been working from home since 2016 within the online space. Okay, and I started this journey mainly because I was sick and tired of relying on one income. Not only that, feeling like I had to be I couldn't move, I couldn't vacation, I couldn't take trips because of the job that I was in the situation that I was in. Okay, I wasn't able to, I didn't have freedom. I didn't have financial freedom. I didn't have time freedom. I didn't have any of those things. So what I said I'm going to do is basically learn another skill set that was going to allow me to produce a full-time income and ultimately replace the income that I currently had. Okay, that was the objective for me. And not only that, I wanted to be able to, as a child, I didn't travel much. I didn't take my first plane ride until I was in my mid-20s. And I was so scared to death because there was very few and far in between times that I actually left and did something outside of my home, right? I lived in New York City. And when I was in New York City, I barely ever left New York City. So think about traveling and doing something out of the norm in your 20s. I was scared. I was very afraid, and I didn't know what to expect. But I decided to do that because I wanted my children to be able to experience something other than just being in New York. I wanted them to see how it is, different cultures, different ways of life, and be able to experience different weathers, all different types of food, things like that. And the only way I was able to do that is if I was able to leave my job. Okay, so my daughter, she took her first plane ride at 1 year old, at the age of 1. And that was exciting times for me because I didn't get to experience that. And I wanted to give my kids something different. Okay, so with online marketing, let's just talk about some of the things that we struggle with. And sometimes it's not even with just the online struggles, it's just with the struggles of running your own business, period. Everyone that's here right now wants to produce another income. What you are looking to do is to start a business, right? That's going to produce the income. And even with business, a lot of these things is hard. Closing sales, traffic, getting people to look at your opportunity, having programs shut down the moment that you sign up for an opportunity, it's no longer there, or just them taking off with the funds that you put into that program, feeling like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm joining opportunities, but I'm not moving forward. I'm not seeing any income being produced from this. I'm putting out tons of money, but there's nothing coming back. I feel like there's a lack of help or support. You know, that's a lot of people. I feel like what I have isn't working, or let's just face it, some people are wondering, does it really work? Like, I hear people saying it works. Does it work? Sometimes the price point isn't right. You know, when I first started, and I'm going to just show my face really quick. When I first started working with some programs, I remember being in a program that was $7 for each sign up. And then I thought about it. I'm like, dang, I cannot leave my job with people just paying $7. Like, that's never going to work, right? And people were buying, but it wasn't frequent enough, and it wasn't enough people for me to generate the full-time income that I was looking for. So that's another thing that we have to understand, is the price point is very important when you join an opportunity, right? Are you Are you in a program that have the right structure and price points in order for you to generate a decent income? That's very important, because the price points is right. You're going to find yourself working very hard for pennies. Okay. So we want to also make sure that the price point is right. And then we want to make sure that we can get a funnel, because the funnel is what's going to allow us to leverage the space, the online space, because the funnel is now working for us 24 hours, 7 days a week. And one of the things I didn't realize is that when I first started back in 2015, I was running away from this funnel. It was scary and it was extremely expensive for me to get one. And because of that, I steered away from it, because I'm like, I don't want to have to put money into something that I feel may not work. Not realizing that that hurt me in my business, because I was working twice as hard to get and produce the results that other people were getting because they were using a funnel. So funnels are very important, guys, and to have it set up correctly, understand why you're using it and how it functions to help you to make money is very important. Okay. So when you have a funnel, the way that it works and operates can be extremely lucrative for your business, as long as it's, again, set up correctly, it has the right message, and it also has the follow-ups on the back end. And we'll get more into that another day, but funnels are very important. Okay. So you need 3 things to hit 5K in any business. Okay. 3 things. These are the most important parts of any business. Okay. I don't care, even if you were selling cookies from your house. I don't care if you're selling cakes from your house. Anything you sell, I don't care what it is. If you have a business, you need these things. You need traffic, you need conversion, and you need sales. These 3 things, it's like a marriage, right? If you have traffic and you don't have the conversions, you don't have a business. Okay. If you have traffic, but you don't have sales, you don't have a business. Okay. You need your traffic to convert, and the conversions has to bring in the sales. So when you have these 3 components in any business, you are winning. And what the ultimate goal is to get as much traffic as you can on a monthly basis, so that your conversions start to really take off, and then the sales also follow. Okay, so that's what you need: traffic, conversions, and your sales. So what do we have coming up? And the reason why I put this together first is because a lot of people were waiting for the postcard. The postcard for the opportunity that we're currently promoting is now available. Okay, this is the back of the postcard that we put together for those who are going to be doing offline marketing. Okay, now the reason why I talk a lot about offline marketing, and I love offline marketing, is because I was able to hit my first 50,000 plus with offline marketing. Okay, and the reason why is because I was afraid to go online, because I had so many failures with online marketing that I was introduced to offline marketing, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I think that this can work for me. So our team, we now have a team postcard. Okay, if you are currently a member and on my team, you will be getting this postcard via email, and also the information on where to go to get your copies made. We are going to also hold an extensive offline training where I'm going to show you exactly step by step what I did to create my first 50,000 plus within a year with offline. Okay, because again, offline marketing is it's easy, it's duplicatable, it's fun. I didn't feel a whole lot of pressure. And not only that, once my materials came to my house, I knew exactly what I needed to do, because I had a game plan. Okay, I had a game plan. So we're going to talk about in this training, which is going to be within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go into detail about the strategy that you need and how to implement that strategy, as long as you have at least between 5 to 10 hours a week. Of course, 10 hours a week is going to really help you to speed up your results, but you can definitely do this with 5 hours a week. I'm going to show you guys where to get your materials, what to spend, how cheap you can get these materials for, and not just postcards, guys. We're going to get into a full extensive offline marketing strategy using more than just postcards. Because again, people feel like if I just use the postcards, that's enough. Sometimes it's not, okay? And there's other offline marketing strategies that are easier than postcards, okay? So we're going to talk about that as well. And I'm going to give everybody a step-by-step blueprint on exactly how to promote offline, what the budget should be based off of how much you can afford, how much time realistically you're going to need in order to be successful. And again, everyone on the team is going to get the postcard, the front and back, so that you can have your copies made. Okay, so that's coming. Please make sure to look out for the email. If you are a part of my team, you will have access to that training and you will get the Zoom link for that training. Okay, so I wanted to just talk about that first. Now, we're going to talk about social media. Okay, and one of the things I want to say is I know a lot of times people want to buy traffic, right? Because people feel like, you know what, if I buy traffic, I don't have to do the footwork of putting a lot of energy into promoting my business, okay? The first thing that I want to say is that is not a great way to think about your business and how you're going to run your business. The reason why is because most people, okay, and I want everybody to really hear me out here. They do not have the amount of money it takes to be successful with running traffic. Most marketing gurus that you see that are running traffic full time are spending thousands of dollars to get the results that they're looking for. Okay, to hit that 5K goal, 3K or 10K, to get that momentum going realistically with paid traffic is going to cost you thousands of dollars. And most of the time, people are spending anywhere between $250 to maybe $350 a month on traffic. And then they're wondering why they're not getting the results. The reason why you're not getting the results is because you don't have a constant flow of traffic coming because of the amount of money you spend. That's what it is, okay? How do I know? And this is true factual information. The first year that I started running traffic, I spent $180,000 in traffic. $180,000, okay? Now, I made over $450,000, right? But then when I think about it, how many people realistically have $180,000 to put in traffic? It's not realistic. So when a lot of people and a lot of you guys are out there pumping money into traffic and you're not getting the results, it's mainly because you don't have that constant flow to build up to get tons of people coming into your business at a reasonable amount of speed to get you to that 3K, 5K, 7K, okay? So what I did was, and I didn't do this by myself, my mentor said to me one day, 7-figure earner, and at the time I wasn't one, but he was. And he said to me, Amanda, I'm no longer buying traffic. And I said, wait, what? You're not working your business anymore? And he said, no, I am. I'm just going to go completely organic. And when he said that, I was like, okay, so I guess I'm going to be doing the same thing. Now, mind you, I was extremely scared because am I going to stop producing money? Am I going to have to go back to a full-time job? I didn't know what to expect. But I said, you know what? If it's nothing, it's well worth it to try it. Okay, I'm gonna at least try. And what I did was I went a full 120 days without paid traffic. Okay. Now, when I stopped the paid traffic, and when I talk about paid traffic, I'm talking about solo ads, clicks, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, all of that stuff. Okay. That's what I'm referring to. When I stopped the traffic, I was so impressed. You know why? Because my organic traffic helped me to produce sales at a much faster pace once I got past my first 90 to 120 days. So it was a little bit of a waiting game. But one of the things I noticed is that people were buying at the higher levels than what they would actually pay when I was buying traffic. The reason why that was happening is because with my organic traffic, I was now building the know, like, and trust factor. It's called KLT, know, like, and trust factor with individuals. And because I had built that relationship, people didn't mind spending $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. Where when I was running paid traffic, because people didn't really know me, only through an email and a capture page, they were buying at the lower levels. So I would be, if I got $100 or $200 or $50, most of the time it was between $50 and $100. It was because they didn't know much about me and the traffic was paid and I didn't build that relationship. Okay, so I want you guys to really let that sink in for a second. What we want to do is we want to use social media because there's so many people on social media. You don't have to worry about it getting saturated. There's a ton of people on social media that's looking for an online opportunity. And not only that, we can target the folks who are looking for our particular business. And that is extremely powerful. So what we're going to do is we're going to post, we're going to pique interest, and we're going to give examples. We're going to let people into what it is that we do. And there's a particular way that you have to do that in order for it to work. And you can use this method on pretty much any social media platform. But I always tell people, if you stick with one and you let it run for 30 to 90 days, you will see a huge difference in the amount of traffic, your conversions, and your sales. But here's the thing. You can't give up in 2 weeks. You can't give up in 6 weeks. You have to really stick with it and push through what you learn and apply it every day, at least 4 to 5 days a week. Okay. So I was using social media 4 to 5 times a week, and I noticed a significant increase in the amount of people that were reaching out to me. And that happened within the first 30 to 60 days. Just consistency, guys. Consistency will work for this business. So what we want to do is we want to go over where to send your traffic. This is the other thing. Once you decide where you're going to go to promote your business, what social media platform you're going to use, you need to send people somewhere, right? And what we have is a capture page. Why do we use this capture page? Because most people are not going to buy the first time they see your information. They're not. Think about how many opportunities you got into, or how many times you wanted to buy something and you didn't pull the trigger right away. And there's a few factors that go into this, right? Sometimes you just don't have the money, right? Maybe you don't have the resources. Maybe you have to wait till you get paid. Maybe something came up and you had to put it off. Maybe you had to really think about the buying decision. You know, is this something that I really want, or is this something that I really need? We all pretty much think the same. There's a very few that are far in between that are going to pull the trigger as soon as they see something they like. Even today, I can see a pair of shoes that I really love and I have the money, but it may take me 2 or 3 weeks to think about, do I really want those shoes or what I'm going to use them for? Or do I really love the color? So when a person is in between making a buying decision, you're going to need a capture page to follow up and keep reminding them of how great your opportunity is. And what I love about this is the fact that because you have the capture page, you don't have to worry about trying to sell the product or the business because you have this funnel, this capture page working for you. It does all of the selling and telling for you. So by the time somebody decides to reach out to you or sign up, they already made a decision because they were getting the information about your business through your funnel, which is a part of your capture page, that convinced them that what you have actually works. And that's extremely important, and it's powerful. We call it the KLT factor, which again is the know, like, and trust factor. Once you have that part, you are all set to go with your business, okay? So we have to have a place to send the traffic to. This is where your conversions come in at. That is going to then allow you to make the sale. Okay, so right now we already went over, just to recap before we keep going, we went over the offline training, intensive training that we're going to have for all members, right? This is going to show you exactly what to do for offline marketing, right? So that you can start having money coming in as quickly as possible. We're going to talk about a budget and the different offline marketing strategies you can use other than postcards, okay? I'm going to show you guys everything, where to get them, how much it costs, what colors to use, how much to get, how much it's going to cost you, and what you should earn from what you put out. After that, we're going to also go over social media, because again, when you use it consistently, and if you combined it with offline marketing, that is a match made in heaven. You start off with one, you work with that for 3 to 6 months, and then you incorporate another to get the results that you're looking for. We're going to make sure that everyone has a complete funnel set up. And not only that, we're going to have a training on how to use the funnel and why it's so important. Because a lot of people have a funnel, and there's so many people that do not understand how to use it or why it's extremely profitable, right? You just know you need a funnel, but have anyone ever told you why you need it and why it's so important? And not only that, how it works, and really understanding not just the front end, but also the back end of a funnel. Okay, that's really important as well. So then we're going to go over converting sales. Don't sell what you want to sell. Sell what people want to buy. Everyone is so hooked on their product. You know, this is another thing. Some people don't want to move on and join a new opportunity because they're so hooked on the $500 opportunity they bought last year. But listen, that $500 business you invested in last year, do people still want that? Is it still relevant? Do people care about that business that you were in a year and a half ago? Listen up, and this is important. Just because you made an investment in a business last year does not mean it's relevant this year. I don't care how much you want it to work. It's not about you, it's about what the buyers want. So as an example, right? People may love McDonald's French fries, but let me tell you, when that Popeye chicken sandwich came out, right? That was new and relevant. Millions of people went out and purchased Popeye's chicken sandwich. Millions. It went viral on TikTok, viral, because it was relevant. So I don't care how much you are hooked on something you did last year because I paid $500 for it or whatever it is, $300 for it. Is it relevant? And is it something that your market is looking for? Because again, all business opportunities do not convert or work the same. They don't. And somebody may look at your stuff and be like, oh, I seen that last year. No, I don't know anybody that's promoting that anymore. Or I want to look at something new. People love new. So again, just because you have a business, we want to make sure, and this is very important, that people want what you have to offer. Okay, that's really important. So the other thing is talking about amateurs. Okay, amateurs, they sell benefits all the time. And what we want to do is we want to dig a little bit further into that. It's not even about just the benefits of the business. It's about also how the business can actually produce them an income. That's really important. Yes, you can give people all of the bonuses that they want, but do they really have the blueprint for that business to start allowing them to generate a full-time income? That's the important part. Because you can sell a person a product or your business opportunity, your whatever it is that you're currently in, but is it going to really give them everything that they need in order for them to start making money within the next 30, 60, and 90 days? Do they have online mentorship along with their bonuses? Do they have traffic? Do they understand all of the moving components to the business in order for them to actually make money? Okay. And then the emotional part of selling, because that's another thing that's really important, guys. Whenever we make a buying decision, no matter what it is, it's all tied to emotions. That can be, God, oh my gosh, I got to get up Monday and I hate my boss. And I know any day I may be fired. It could be, this job, I love it, but it does not allow me to produce the money that I need to pay my bills. It could be, I'm going to be evicted next month and I have no job, right? Like I have no job and I need money now. I need to get in something. I need to do something now. Last but not least, and I hear this a lot, I've been on my job for 50 years and I need to retire. I'm done with my job. I want to work for myself because I'm just tired of this job. Okay, that's really important. So you just never know what it is and what the situation may be for a person that makes them want to start an online business. And what you need to do is you need to tap into that emotional connection that's between them making the buying decision. And this is something that you learn, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, people just want to make money. It goes deeper than that. For me, it wasn't just making money. It was about time freedom. I used to hate working 50 hours, 60 hours a week just to bring home a decent income. When I got home from work, all I can do literally was make dinner, give the kid a bath. I had one kid at the time, give the kid a bath and give myself a bath and get ready for bed. There was no time for anything else because I was extremely exhausted. So again, tapping into the emotional aspect of why a person wants to work online is very important. And that's going to be different for each individual. So again, a lot of people don't know what to say, or you're so connected with just selling something, right? That you may be giving somebody information that they may not want to hear because it doesn't sell what they're looking for. It's not allowing them to really focus on what it is that they want to hear. Okay. So as an example, let's just say Debbie came to me and she's telling me about her business and how wonderful her opportunity is and how she just made $80,000 in a year with that business. Now, if my mind is stuck on, I just want to quit my job and I'm so tired of working 60 hours a week, right? And she doesn't talk about how much time she's working with her online business, there's a disconnect, because I need to hear in my head that Debbie was able to quit her job and now she's working 5 to 10 hours or 15 hours a week. And then that will help me to feel like, wow, this is something that I can do and I want to do it because it's going to eliminate me having to work a job 60 hours a week. Okay, so that's what we talk about when we talk about the emotional part that comes into selling. And one of the things I love is with the opportunity that I'm currently in, you don't have to worry about talking to people and trying to convince them, because there's going to be a lot of times where people have questions that you just don't have the answers to, or you may not be skilled enough yet at the current moment to know what to say to convince a person to want to get involved in your opportunity. Okay, so this is the part of the conversions that we need. And again, we're going to have trainings about this, but I wanted to touch on this because in the webinars, we don't go over these things, and they're very important in order to make sure that you, whoever you are, have a successful business depending on why you are here. Okay, so I know this sounds great, but what if it's too much for me right now? What if I can't do all these things? You touched on a lot of things, offline marketing. I talked about sales funnels. I talked about all of these different components that goes into operating an online business. Okay, one, it has to get done by someone, but you don't have to be the one to do it. Again, all business opportunities are not created equal. And there's going to be some opportunities that's going to allow you to really focus on one thing and not have to focus on the other. And what that's going to do is alleviate the stress that you may feel about running all of these different components that goes into running a business. So what I want to do is really share with you what I was able to do to build a business earning $15K per month. And again, guys, if you want to, and you want to really learn how to do this the right way, you can use online or offline marketing to make this happen. Okay. So with this opportunity we're currently in called Digital Wealth Pros, these are just some of the people who have earned a significant amount of money over just the last few months. Tammy Montgomery, 53,000. Mary Beth, 31,000. You got Lance Groom, 24,000. Christina, 20,000. Jason, 18,000. Bob, 17,000 and 10,000. Okay. And again, this is over a short period of time because this opportunity is brand new. It hasn't been around that long, but you know what? It's hot. And guess what? It's converting with traffic, turning those conversions into sales. That's what's important. These numbers are hard to get to within the online space if you don't have traffic, if you don't have a funnel, and if you don't have a person to help you do the selling. You have to have these things in order to hit these numbers. And as you can see, there's 126 members is not a lot to hit $53,000. This is not a lot of people. Think about it. If you came in at the highest level, 2 people a month would bring you in $1,600 pure profit. Pure profit. That's a lot of money. And that's just 2 people in 30 days or 31 days. Okay. So the timing is everything. And I always talk about this because a lot of people, what they do, they'll look at a program today And then they'll call me in 5 months from now. Oh man, I'm ready to get into DWP. I'm ready now. What? You came in when the wave is over. And you know what? Honestly, sometimes that's not the case, because some programs could last a year and a half, 2 years, but you don't know that. And I tell people this all the time. If you want to get in when it's hot and on fire, not when people have thrown water on it and the fire is dying out. We got 4.3 million Americans who quit their jobs. That's a lot of people. 4.3 million. With the pandemic, more people worldwide, because this is a worldwide opportunity, are looking to work from home. More people now than ever before. And with the income potential, people can see themselves working from home, especially if a lot of people are bringing in $300 to $500 a week from their current job, where they're working 8 to 10 hours a day. Because that's what's going on right now. Most people are working, especially with the commute. They're out of their house for at least 9 to 10 hours a day, earning anywhere between $300 to $500 a week, paying taxes on that money, and barely making ends meet. There's always one bill that has to be left behind because you didn't make enough money to cover that bill. So this is one of the things that I didn't understand when I first got into the online space. When people always talked about the timing, I didn't understand it. I'm like, what is the timing? I always got into opportunities late when it was almost over because I needed time to think about it. And I wasted too much time. Okay. And then I always would get in at the lower levels, not realizing I was hurting myself because I didn't have enough of the training that people were getting at the higher levels, and I wasn't positioning myself to make the most. Position is everything when it comes to business, especially with the online space. Positioning is everything. So you want to make sure to position yourself where you're making the most, but not only that, because you invested the most, you're going to work harder. It's the psychological, it's the emotional attachment to the business. Yes, if I spend $100 on a business, it's going to be easier for me to walk away. But if I spent $1,000 on a business, I'm going to work harder because I want to make my money back. That's how we are. That's how we function as human beings. If you get a pair of $50 shoes, you're not going to take care of it as well as you would a pair of $1,000 shoes. A pair of $1,000 shoes, you're going to put it back in the box. You're going to wrap it up. You're going to make sure it's in the box and it's safe. You may also go to the point where you make sure there's no scuffs on it. Where if you spend $50 on a pair of shoes, you just throw them in a corner where you take them off. So what we want to do is we want to position ourselves to stay in it to win it. And that's what I noticed, is that when I started investing more on mentorship and the opportunities that I was interested in, I worked harder to learn more and I executed right away. Where when I paid a 50 or $100 or $200, it would take me weeks to execute. Weeks, if not months. It would just sit there. I'll look at it the first day and then I wouldn't look at it again for another month or a few weeks. Guys, it all is a part of the psychological part of our brain on how we take in information in our perception based off of what we put into something. It's going to always be that way. Okay. So I want you guys to really think about that, because that's what I had to think about when I kept going around in circles because I wasn't making the money that I wanted to make. So the enrollment potential, and we want to talk about realistic expectations with this program. If you're looking at making $5,000 per month, let's just say this is your goal, and it may be more or less, right? We have 3 levels. If you come in at the 200, you need 25 people per month to make 5,000. Now in the beginning, 25 is difficult. 25 people a month is hard. Okay. I'm going to just say that. You can't do that within the first 30 to 60 days, get 25 people in a program, because you're in the building stage. And not only that, it takes time to accumulate that traffic to get 25 people. $400 for each person that comes in. You need 12 people. Now, 12 people is realistic. This is easy to get to. 12 people is like a no-brainer in 30 days. Okay. That's going to put you right at $4,800 a month. Okay. So 13 will put you right over 5,000. But if you want to go $200 below 5,000, you need 12. And guys, again, this is pure profit. You don't have to share this with nobody. You don't have to share it with the company. You don't have to pay anybody any of this. This is your pure profit. And then if you come in at the $800 now, we're talking about just 6 people in a month, which equates to a little bit more than 1 person a week. Now we're talking some substantial amount of money. This is like, you know what, I can do 6. So what a lot of people think about, and I used to think this as well, gosh, nobody's going to want to buy something for me for $800. But it's not true. This is not factual information. As much effort as it takes to make a $200 sale, it takes the same amount of effort to make an $800 sale. It's all about how it's positioned and if it's available for the person to buy. So here's the thing. You know why you think that? A lot of people think that, oh, wow, they won't buy from me for $800. They'll only buy from me for $200. You know why you think that? Because you're only at the $200 level. That's why. You are basing it off of the buying decision that you made. Most people do that. So if you buy something for $100, you think that the majority is going to follow exactly what you did, not positioning yourself to make the most, because you were afraid to come in at the higher levels. That's how we think. But just how hard it is for somebody to buy something at 200, they will, if they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. They will spend the money for the 800. It's just that you didn't buy for it to be available for the person to even think about wanting to buy at the $800 level, because you don't have it. And I didn't think about that until I really started to learn about marketing in the online space. If you constantly come in at the lower levels, you're constantly second guessing yourself, you're constantly thinking that people won't buy at the higher levels, that's exactly what's going to happen. And most of the time that's going to happen because you are not at the level to even get the results for those who are at the higher level. Right now, I have more people buying at the higher level than I do at the lower level, because I positioned myself there and I gave people choices. With most opportunities, if you're at the lowest level, that's the only choice you can give that individual. That's it. That's the only choice that they have. So positioning is everything, guys. It is. And what I wanted to tell people is that we have a massive advantage with this opportunity. And I put together these things so that people can have the results that they need as quickly as possible. Now, it's only for you to take advantage of the advantage. We have team bonuses. If you didn't check out the website, you want to check out the website. The bonuses are on the website. We have a team funnel. So if you don't want to use everything that everyone else has, you can have your own customized funnel. That's powerful, because what happens is when everyone sees the same thing, it becomes saturated. If you have, let's just say 1,000 people in Digital Wealth Pros, and let's say 75% of them are promoting when they first get started because they're excited, and they're all throwing around the same exact funnel, the same exact capture page and sales page, it's going to get saturated. It's going to be diluted, okay? That's what happens in the online space. So we have team funnels for our team. So everyone isn't using the same exact thing. We have team webinars. So if you want to bring people back to a webinar where they can get the information so you don't have to do the selling and telling, they can get on a free live webinar to get more information about the opportunity. We have our upcoming trainings, which a lot of people do not produce. They just sell the product and you're on your own. And for those who come in at the higher levels, you get a 1 hour one-on-one session. If you want to learn how to do this or that, or you want more of this, that's what we're going to cover. For everybody, it's different. I spoke to a young lady today. She wants to learn how to create her own content. That's perfect, because then you don't have to spend money on doing that. And now you can get on your computer and be the boss of your own content to produce results. So it's all about what you want to work on. And once you realize what you need more help in, you want to take advantage of that on our 1 hour session. Because again, I do a lot of different things. And not only that, I wear a lot of different hats, but then I also have a lot of connections because I don't do everything on my own. I have a team. Take advantage of what I have to help you build your business. Write down what you've been struggling with, what you want to overcome, what you need help with, and how you want to execute, or what you want to execute, and then come up with a game plan with your mentor, your sponsor. That's important because anybody can buy a product. But the thing is once you buy the product, do you know what to do to get started and to make it work for you? With Digital Wealth Pros, we have call center agents. I went over this in the last webinar. And the one thing that I express most about this opportunity is the fact that this takes away from you having to try to convince people to buy what you have. That's what the call center agents do. I call them, I ask questions, they answer my questions, they help me to get started. Even if I don't start that day, I can call back next week and ask questions again and then get started. So these agents are going to close your sales. They're available Monday through Saturday. And they call back within an hour to get you going. You can't beat that. There's not a lot of business opportunities where you get this. Or you will get this and it won't work. You call and they never call you back. Take advantage. Call the number. It's on the website. So again, like we discussed before, we have 3 levels: the $200 level, the $400 level, and an $800 level. With the gold and platinum package, you also get traffic, team traffic. Guys, this traffic is not for you if you are not a part of my team. I have people calling from other teams asking for the traffic. No, we don't do that. That's why I made this for this reason, for our team only. You need to go to your sponsor and find out the traffic that they're using and use their traffic. This is for our team. Again, these payments go directly to you. All you have to have is a payment processor. Someone asked me the other day, what is a payment processor? That's Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, Stripe, PayPal, Payoneer, TransferWise. These are all different payment processors. They're the ones that process the payment and then allow you to recoup that money through your bank account. Okay, there is a one-time admin fee. For the bronze and gold package, it's $97, a one-time fee. And for the the platinum package, it's $197, a one-time fee. And guys, let me tell you, that's cheap to be able to get access to a call center agent that does the selling and telling for you. That's extremely affordable. And you have a membership site. And you have the Digital Wealth Pros library that has additional training for you as well. You get to see your signups and your leads in real time through email. Okay, that's powerful, guys. And a lot of opportunities do not offer that. So what you need to do is, if you are ready or if you are interested, you get back to the person that invited you to this webinar. This is the phone number if you want to just call and get an idea or a feel of how the program works. If you're interested in seeing how quickly they respond, or if you have any questions about the opportunity. Again, you can get back to the person that invited you. You want their sponsor ID number, you want the phone number, and then you're going to receive an email for you to register and sign up for your account. Okay. And that's another thing. Once you make the payment, all your sponsor has to do is press a button, and you now have access to your back office to set up your payment options and to set up your account. Okay. So I want to say thank you to everyone that came out this Thursday for this meeting. I hope and pray that I gave you some, not just information, but some education about the online space to allow you to really see into my world. And not only that, understand how the opportunity and opportunities work no matter what you're in and what you decide to do. If you decide to partner with me, we have some things that's coming up, some trainings that's coming up that's going to benefit you in increasing your conversions and your sales within your business. Okay. You have to just be willing to put in the footwork, stay connected, come to the trainings, ask questions. Okay. And you will see results. So I just want to say thank you guys again for coming out. I hope you guys have a great evening and enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed and stay inspired, guys. Bye, Cheryl. I see you. Bye, Robert. Bye, sis. Hey, Eb. Bye, Lawrence.